Hello students, today I'll be talking on financial management topic, and this chapter is completely theory chapter. Till now we have seen many practical chapters, but now this topic will be theory. And again, this topic is very important for commerce students in many streams, like in many courses you can say. We have this topic for MCOM in semester 2. I think for in corporate finance subject we have this topic as introductory chapter. Then again for FY BAF students they have financial management subject, in which very first topic is this financial management. For TY BAF students in semester 5 they have this again introductory chapter, and for CA intermediate students also they have a little part of this financial management, in fact more part of this topic for CA students, but they also can use this material. Okay, so let's start with our today's topic. You can see in your screen introduction to financial management. Now definition of finance is given. According to Oxford Dictionary, the word finance connotes management of money. What is financial management? It is management of money. Finance is nothing but money. Okay, so it is management of finance. You have learned this term management since 11th standard, right? We know what is management. So this is management of money. Finance is money, and management of finance will be financial management. That is earning, spending, saving and investing money. Now we earn money, we earn salary, right? So we earn, we spend some part, we save some part, and we invest some part. Now we know investment and saving, two different terms are there, right? So whatever we are earning we spend on daily expenses or our monthly expenses like personal spending, and remaining part we invest some part as saving in banks or anywhere where you feel safe, and we invest some part. Okay, and generally individual can go for savings, investment. Business firms invest. You have seen in your balance sheet, at asset side we see investments. Okay, so like individual, business also save their money in various forms or various enterprises. Then government also invest whatever money they have in different companies or different securities. Even share market, you know, government is a very active player of share market, so they have investment in share market. Or you can say they also, government also invest its money in share market. Okay, so we move to the next slide. Here definition of financial management is given. In earlier side the meaning of finance was given. Okay, the very like you can say, in short you can understand finance is money. Okay, and financial management will be management of money. Now what definition of financial management is given? Raymond Chambers, financial management law book company. Now in law book company he has given his definition. What he is saying: financial management comprises the forecasting, planning, organizing, directing, coordinating and controlling all activities relating to acquisition and application of the financial resources of an undertaking in keeping with its financial objective. Now what is financial management? It comprises of forecasting. Forecasting means nothing, it is nothing but planning. Okay, we have to predict, we'll predict. So forecasting, planning, we will plan. Then organize, we will organize our fund. Whatever we have, see, we are planning about money, so we have to think in that way. Suppose I have money, I have fund of 1 crore, so I have to plan for that 1 crore, how I will use that money, how I will spend that money, how much I will invest that money, and how I will keep with myself for my daily expenses. So we have to forecast, then we will plan, then we'll organize, then we'll direct. We suppose I am a company, so I can direct, I can deploy my funds to various departments, and I will direct them to use this much of fund, or use this much of fund to this department, in that way. Then coordinating, there should be coordination in all the departments because it is very important source, you can say, of your company. So you have to very responsible while using this fund or resource. Okay, and then it's controlling. You must have control on your finance because it is the blood of your firm, right? So you have to have very good control on this finance, or you can say on your money. Then an application of financial resources of an undertaking means nothing but your enterprise or your company in keeping with its financial objective. Whatever your financial objective is, you have to keep this financial objective ahead and you have to work according to that. Okay, you have to manage your finance very carefully that you will achieve your objectives in a short term or in short span. Okay, now we'll move to the next slide. You can see now functions of financial management. There are two functions of financial management. The very first is basic function and next is managerial function. Now what is basic function? The very first basic function is procurement of fund. Procurement means collecting of fund, gathering of fund. If I am a company, I don't use my money in my company. Usually I go to public. We know, we have learned. If you don't know, there are two types of companies: public company and private company. Public company can collect money from public, can go to the public and get money, but private company, they manage their fund individual by at their own. Okay, so the very basic function of financial management will be procurement of fund. If I am a company, I will try to collect or gather the fund, gather money. Okay, then the next function is effective utilization of fund. If I have money, okay, if now I go to the public, I ask for fund, I got the money, and now I have to carefully utilize that money because it is this money is not mine, this is public's money, and I have to use this very carefully. I have to use this money very carefully because it is your responsibility to pay the money back to your shareholders, right? So the effective utilization of funds will be your basic function. Two functions: procurement of fund, that is gathering of fund, and second is effective utilization of that fund. Then managerial function. What managerial function include? The very first is financial planning. Now I have fund. The managerial function will be planning of planning of that finance, how I will use that fund. Okay, financial planning, money planning. I will plan, I have money and now where I have to invest. Then second is financial control. I have to keep control on my fund. This is not my money. I have to take care of my fund so that I will make more profit and I'll return more profit to my shareholders. And then last is financial decision. There are two types of decision first. Okay, the first is short term and next is long term. So I have to plan, or I may as a company I may think of short term decisions and long term decisions, and accordingly I'll manage my funds whatever I have. Okay, then on the next slide you can see objectives of financial management. Now there are two types of objectives of management. Okay. Or you can say there are two objectives of any financial company or general company. Like earlier, like you can say earlier the profit maximization or profit was the main motive of any company. Okay, if I am a company, what will be my motive? To earn profit. But nowadays the concepts are changing. The like here you can see on your slide, there are two objectives of financial management, or you can say there are two objectives of any company. The very first is profit maximization and the other is wealth maximization. Now what is profit maximization? You can understand with this an example. Suppose I have 10 rupee share, one share of 10 rupees. Okay, now the market price of share goes to 15. So 10 rupees, I have one share of 15 rupees and now market price is 15. So I can say I have 5 rupee as profit. Company was able to manage or earn profit of 5 rupees for my 10 rupees. Okay, and when I talk about wealth maximization, I can say, suppose I have one share today, after 1 year I may have 100 shares of that same company. So I will not say that I had one share and now I have 100 shares, so my profit is maximizing. I may say my wealth is maximizing. I had one share and now I have 100 shares. So profit will be in terms of money. I had one share of 10 rupee, now that one share value is 15. So that is profit maximization. But wealth maximization will be one share I have today and after 1 year I will have 100 shares. Okay, so this is difference between profit maximization and wealth maximization. So what is profit maximization? Profit is barometer for measuring efficiency and economic property of any business. Profit is what? Barometer. It is a measure for measuring efficiency, how efficiently the company is working or company is like you can say how they are achieving their objectives of making money and how efficiently they are working. And economic property, in how many products they have investment or how vast their business is. You can take example of Reliance company. Reliance company is a one name under which many products are there. They have many networks, they have many products, then they have many branches. So you can see the property of that business, right? So how effectively they are working and how much property they have. You can consider this in profit maximization. In simple terms, think that profit maximization will be in terms of money, maximizing your money, and the other objective is wealth maximization. Maximization of wealth means maximizing shareholder or stockholders wealth. Okay, like I said, one share, 100 shares. This is my wealth maximization. Okay, now we'll move to the next slide. Importance of financial management. Now very first importance of financial management is financial planning and successful promotion of enterprise. Now financial management, if we plan, if we manage our fund, how this will help us, this is given in this slide. Okay, so we can make, with the help of financial management, we can plan about our finance. This helps us to make financial plannings and successful promotion of enterprise. With proper financial planning, our enterprise or our company will promote in different terms and successfully it can achieve its objectives. Okay, so this way the financial management will help us. Then the second importance is to acquire funds as and when required at minimum possible cost. Now if I want 1 crore rupees today, okay, and this is really like hardly I required 1 crore rupees today only, but what if this 1 crore rupees I'm getting after 1 month? I don't have use of that 1 crore after 1 month. I need it now, I need it today. So financial planning, if you plan properly, you can, like, after 1 month I want 1 crore rupees, so I should plan from today that after 1 month I want 1 crore rupees. So this is financial management. We are planning in advance what we want in future, how you will achieve that target in future. Okay, so this is why we will use financial management: to acquire funds as and when required and at minimum possible cost. Suppose I want 1 crore rupees after 1 month, so I have time and no one will ask more money or more interest for the fund. But what if today only I came to know that I want 1 crore rupees and I go to the bank or I go to any financial institution and I said that I want this money? So they may ask for more money, they may ask for more interest, so the cost will definitely is going to increase, right? So if we plan in proper way in advance, then our cost we can minimize. So this will help, the financial management will help to take this decision. Then the third is proper use of allocation of fund. If we plan properly, we can allocate public's fund in effective way. Okay, then we have fourth importance as to take sound financial decisions. Sound decisions will be proper decisions, good decisions for public, for your company. for making money, because every company, though it is Reliance company or it is any XYZ company, the main basic objective is to earn profit, right? So if I use this fund effectively, then only I'm going to get money, right? So this financial management will help me to allocate money or utilize money in proper way. Then my fourth importance is to take this was the fourth importance. Then fifth is improving the profitability through financial control. I will control the fund. If I am boss of a company, then I should have control over my management. I should control my funds. If I have 1 crore rupees, then it is not my money. As I said, it is not my money, it is public's money, and I should keep control on the fund so that this fund will not go waste. Okay, so with the help of financial management and with help of proper planning, we can keep financial control. Okay, then the next sixth point is increasing of the wealth of investor. As I said, with proper planning you can also increase or improve wealth of the investor, because if as company I give more and more profit and more wealth to my investor, he will he will try more fund to invest in my company, right? So I have to think of investor first, then I should think about myself, okay, as company. Then we'll move to the next slide. Now, a chief financial officer, you must have heard about CEO. Like we usually hear that CEO of company, manager of company, chairman of company. In the same way, in financial management, we have chief financial officer. Now, who is he? A chief financial officer is a chief financial officer is he who handles financial management of company. He is a person who is managing. Now if I am a boss, I can't do all the things of my company. I will definitely appoint a person to handle a task. Okay, so I'll appoint CFO, chief financial officer, who will manage all the things of my business about finance. Okay, so who is this chief financial officer? He is a person who will manage funds, okay, for me. Then he helps to procure of funds needed in such a way that the risk, cost and control considerations are properly balanced. Now this is his duty to procure funds. We as a company need fund, and this will be his task to procure the fund, to ask public for the funds. Then he should see that what risk is associated with it. Like if we go for debenture holders, what risk will be associated? The even in losses we have to pay debenture holders money, right? Then if we go for equity shareholders, we have to give voting rights to them. They will have equity shareholders will have control over the company. So he has to see that what risks are associated, because you cannot give complete control to the shareholders. We know that equity shareholders are owners of company, we can say. Okay, so while collecting fund, he should see that whether I should go for equity, whether I should go for preference, whether I should go for debentures or any private fund. Public company cannot go for private fund. They can go, but they should see that the fund is coming from public only. Okay, and cost, whatever we know for debenture interest is its cost. Then for equity and for preference dividend is cost. So he should see that what or how much cost we should bear if we call these funds. Then he also ensure optimum utilization of resources. It is chief financial officer, CFO's responsibility to see that whatever fund we have gathered is utilized properly, is going in right hands for right purpose. Okay, so this CFO will handle all these financial records, and he will manage this fund. Okay, he will report to me as boss. If I am a boss, he will report to me, but all the things will be done by him. He will take my advice only. Okay, now on the next slide you can see functions of chief financial officer. In the meaning only we came to know many functions. The very first function is estimating the requirements of fund. It is his duty to see that how much fund we require. I want today I want 1 crore rupees. After 1 month I may require 10 crore rupees. So he should know, he should understand how much fund I may need in future. Okay, so it is first duty of his. Then second is capital structure. What will be my capital structure? Now we know in balance sheet liability side we have capital structure position of that company. We may have equity, we may have preference, we may have debentures, and we may go for bank loan, right? So this is our capital structure. So he should see that how I should how my company's position should be, how I should frame my capital structure, and this decision will be taken by this chief financial officer. And working capital management. Now you know working capital management means management of daily activities of business, right? We will try to see that how much fund we require on daily basis, or you can say short term decision makings will come under working capital. So as chief financial officer has to see that how my capital structure should be and how working capital I should manage. Okay, then fourth is dividend decision. I have to see that which type of dividend I should give, then how much money I have. See, if you give dividend, your profit is going to reduce. If I am a company, I am giving dividend to my equity shareholders or preference shareholders, that payment of dividend is going to reduce my profit. So I have to see that my profit should be available for future, and I should also try to keep my shareholders happy. So this dividend decision he has to take very carefully. Okay, then evaluation of financial performance. He should measure, he should evaluate the performance of company, how company is working, it is on growth stage or it is on a losses stage, what actually company, how company is performing, that he has to see. Okay, then the next is financial negotiations. Now we know as company I transact with banks, I do contact with financial institution, I may have creditors, then I may have other financial institutions which like those financial institution may give money to me. So I have to keep record, and I have like chief financial officer, I have to keep negotiating with these people. I have to keep proper record of these parties. Okay, and the next is cash management. Like financial management is money management, so he has to keep record of all the things of cash, and he should see that all transactions of cash are in proper way. Nothing is like you can say the fund which we have given to various department is properly utilized, and the basic goal, whatever will be the goal, like for company profit making will be goal, for like department wise they may have their different goals, so they are achieving their goals and they are managing the cash properly. Okay, then the eighth function will be keep in touch with stock exchanges. Now company like we know very well, any like for example a student admit in a college, right? So he takes, that student takes admission in the college. In the same way company register itself on a stock exchange or under a SEBI, right? So chief financial officer's duty will be to keep in contact, keep in touch with stock exchanges, so that he may come to know what is his performance, how the competitors are doing, how they are earning money, how we are earning our money. So he can plan and he can uh, try to improve company's performance which is now. Okay, we may try to improve performance in future. Now scope of financial management. Now scope of financial management will be the users of financial management, this will be helpful to whom? The first is organizations. Many organizations like government organization, then charitable organizations. There are so many organizations who may use this financial management to plan their finance. Then shareholders may use financial management to plan their money. Then lenders who have given money to us. Then creditors, employees may also use this financial management. They can plan their money, like many times we have seen that employees of the same company have investment in the company. Okay, so they also can plan accordingly. Then customers also use financial management, like for quality products they may think of financial management. If I like, we know in the market we got one product for different prices. Like if I am buying a pen, it may be for 3 rupees or it may be for 10 rupees. So what quality the pen is giving is again depends on profitability of company. If company is earning more profit, it may give more quality. If company is not earning more profit, then company may go for less quality products. So customers also may think of financial management, or any company's about product of that company. The customer may use financial management. Then general public may use financial management. Then government, definitely tax is the biggest source of revenue for the government, so government also use financial management. Then general management of any company may use financial management to finance or to plan their money. Then other departments, like we know in company there are various departments like production department, sales department, marketing department. They may set their goals, or they may have financial planning or financial management. Then successful startup. Now many a times, suppose I am a company and I want to start a new unit, or I want to start a new department. So I may think of finance available to me, and then I'll go for new startup. So I will use financial management. Then again, goal, whatever money I have, on that basis I will plan for any goal. So if I am thinking of any long term goal, then I should see that how much fund I have right now and how I will reach to my object. Then smooth running is to run my business very smoothly, I may need more finance. So I should see that how much money I have, and if I don't have that much money, I should try to get the money from public. Then financial decisions, to take decisions, like earlier we have seen, decisions may be long term decision or short term decision. So to take that decisions, we may take help of financial management. Then investment decision, again there are different types of investment decision, like capital budgeting decision. I may have to you can say I want to buy a machine, or I may want to buy furniture. So this is again my investment decision. Capital budgeting decision, buying a machine or buying a furniture comes under capital budgeting decision. So that decision I may take on the basis of finance, what is available with me. Okay, so that comes under scope of management. Then dividend decision, many a times, like you have seen companies paying dividend to its shareholders. When company pay dividend to its shareholders, when company is earning more money, company is in profit. Okay, so if you are paying dividend, then you have to see that how much finance is available with you. If I have less earning, or I can say if I am earning losses, then I can't give dividend to my shareholders. So you have to see that how much fund you have, and again you have to save fund for future also, right? So while taking dividend decision, we may use financial management. Okay, now move to the next slide. Limitations of financial management. Now, like the usually for everything we have some advantages and some disadvantages. The same way for financial management we have some limitations. Very first is financial management is not that helpful to a company if you are paying very good salary to your employees. Now this is again you can say it's a negative point. Now every company will try to give a good salary to its employee, but if you are really paying a very good salary to your employees, then you may decrease your it may decrease your funds. So again you may not be able to plan about your finance correctly, so that may be a limitation for you. Then management, if your management is investing your money in risky projects, so there are huge chances of losing money, so that may be a limitation for any company. In that way you may lose your money. Then public, for public, if you provide good services or you give like very good quality products and you are spending much fund on the product quality development, then you may pay more money for that, and you will have less money with you. So definitely this is going to affect your planning of finance. Then you may have a limitation from the sides of customers. Now again, like public customer is again a part of a public, that is society only. Sorry. So again, customers, if you are giving good quality products to your customer, you are spending more money on product development or research and development, then definitely you will have less money and you cannot plan about finance. Then for suppliers, if you are making very prompt payment to your suppliers, then you may not have money in your hand. So you have to plan accordingly that how much time you will take to pay your suppliers money, right? So if you are making prompt payment, then you may not money will not left with you, right? So that may be a limitation of your financial management. Then society definitely expects from every business, like we know now corporate social responsibility has very much importance now. So if society is expecting in that way, then you may have to deploy your some funds for society. So again you may not able to plan properly for your company. Then your shareholders definitely expect good dividend and good returns from you. If you are giving more and more dividend, or every 6 months, or you can say after every year you are paying dividend, then you may lose fund from you every year. So that may again affect on your financial position and your profit, and definitely you may not be able to think about or plan about your financial position or your financial management. Then there are some external factors like recession. In recession you may not be able to plan for your money. Then sometimes recession also affects your planning. Then there are so many things like government policy changes. Then recent example is demonetization, then GST introduction. These things may affect equally on your financial management. So today we discussed about this financial management chapter and importance of financial management, how you will plan, what is finance, then who are users, then who is chief financial officer, what are functions of chief financial officer. And this chapter was very short. In many books, whatever courses I discussed with you, in all the courses, in all the books, it has taken only 7 or 8 pages for the chapter. Okay, so this is what is given for the financial management in your books, and I hope this video is helpful for you.